Hello, my name is Mark and welcome to Central Life Online. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to be a really great service. We're going to be looking at how the different ministries in the life of the church have been spent in a quarantine. Then we'll be heading into a quick time of worship followed by a short devotional, then some time of prayer. So make sure you stick around for all that. It's going to be great.
Today we're going to be showing you how to make pancakes, and we're going to be using my mom's recipe, but she doesn't like to be recorded, so I am being forced to show you guys how to make pancakes. But I've never made them before, so just bear with me please. So you will need 8 ounces of self-raising flour, 4 ounces of caster sugar, 2 medium eggs, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 ounce of melted butter, and 1/4 to 1/2 pint of whole milk. But don't add it at once, just add a little bit to start with, just like that. And then start mixing until your mixture becomes one and combined. Should look like this. So we're just going to slowly add the rest of the milk, but don't do it while you're mixing because that could end in disaster. Should look like this right here. But we're going to leave it an hour aside so the baking powder can take action. We left our mixture thicken and putting it on a hot plate at medium heat or a frying pan. Once it starts to bubble like this, this is when you want to flip it, just like that. So once you've cooked it on both sides, just ready to eat. In our house, the dog always gets a pancake as well. Jugo, come here. Sit, roll over. Good boy.
Hello, hope everyone's doing okay in this lockdown season that we're in. I've just been asked to share a little thought that I've had. I think that we've all taken some time to adapt to this new normal that we're in, whether it's homeschooling little ones or trying to motivate teenagers, or if you've set up a new office. And some of you will still be out every day working in an essential role. But whatever you do, things are profoundly different at the moment, and it's definitely taken me some time to adapt. It says in Matthew 5 verses 14 to 16, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your Heavenly Father."
Daddy,
What a difference a little bit of sunshine makes.
Dad, look at my window.
Wow, okay.
What that one, Dad? What
We've
that
all
one
had our
in?
fair
What
share of
that one?
sunshine over the last week or two. People are sunbathing in their garden, children are out playing, people are enjoying their daily walk, and it just changes the mood. I've heard lots of people saying, "Oh, I could easily do lockdown when it's sunny." Light brings a new perspective, it brings encouragement, and it brings hope to situations. It also says in John 1:5, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it." Let's remember at this time that we have Jesus on our side, the true light of the world, who brings hope into situations that we can't control, who can bring peace when we feel fear starting to stir. Worry and panic, which I felt at times during this, can't change a situation, but changing your gaze to God and fulfilling your thoughts and minds with His promises and word will. I'm not a gardener or skilled in that way whatsoever, but Jensen was given sunflower seeds and we had to plant them from nursery. Our neighbour's given us beetroot, my dad's given us lettuce and rocket, and I'm looking at these things thinking, oh dear, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with them. So upon research, obviously everything needs sunlight, water and sunlight. And sunflowers need a bright sunny space to grow, doesn't it? Yeah. Beetroot needs sunlight, so that's on our windowsill, and lettuce grows fastest in the sunlight. In this challenging season, we're not going to grow in a place of darkness. We're not going to grow when we're frustrated or angry or fearful. but we will grow in the light, whether that's meditating on God's word, whether it's listening to worship music, playing a podcast when you're doing your job.
And it'll grow bigger in the green.
It'll grow bigger. Or connecting with other people that you normally connect with, whether that's your life group or different people that you normally know. It says in Luke 8:14-15, "The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who hear, but as they go on their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed on good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart, who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering produce a crop." I've been encouraged to move beyond this unsettled, fearful place that I've felt and to sow into my relationship with God at this uncertain time. God has been so faithful in my life, and I know that through this season He's going to be faithful as well. I'll just leave you with one verse in Isaiah 40:31. "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow faint." Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Tell me a couple of things about lockdown, maybe your best bit about it and your worst bit.
Well, look at this beautiful day today. It's just great. I would have been probably out somewhere and appreciating I have run about me the day with the sun out and nothing. Just appreciating what I have, the comforts of my home, food on the table, and it's just really been a time of reflecting and things like that. I've got my house all cleaned, I've got my spring cleaning all done, and just thank the Lord for the devotionals that we're getting in every day and church online. It's just been so good to be connected in this way. Now maybe the worst thing I think everybody's saying is how much they're missing their family and their friends at this time. And with Dev, we see them from a distance, but we kind of just go up and give them a hug and things like that. And those are just things that we sometimes take for granted. So really missing out. Meeting with our friends and just having a cup of coffee together and news is just so special. And that's something that we're missing at this time. We really miss the church, although we're getting it online, but we miss where friends run about us that we associate with in the church, and this times is hard for and things like that missing out of our lives. So another thing it has been really bad and affected us in a bad way is that some of our good friends have passed away at this time through this terrible virus, and they're going to be missing when we all get together again. So in that respect, it's a sad time. But hey, let us be thankful in everything that we have, and no wish for things that we didn't have, but just be content. I think contentment is great when you can just be thankful for everything that you have round about you. And I would just really missing my Wednesdays and all my own core. And I'm praying for all my friends that comes every Wednesday and encourages us all. And I just pray that you're keeping safe and that someday we will meet again. I don't think it'll be in the near future, but we will. We'll be together again. So I just pray that God will bless you in this time.
You unravel me with a melody, and you surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name, and I've been born again into your family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. Whoa, 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 You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God, 'cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God, and I'm no longer a slave to fear.
That was a great time of worship there, and we just want to say thank you to everyone who sent in those videos as part of this service. But videos aren't the only thing we're actually getting sent. A few weeks ago I was doing a Q&A here as part of Central Life, and the opening question was, what is your favourite quarantine snack? And I said eggs, but I also mentioned that they're quite scarce at the moment. And a few weeks ago, just last week, I got home and there were eggs waiting for me at my house, sent to me by Rachel West. So thank you so much for that. And I've actually changed my mind. I quite like steak. So if anybody's got steak out there, then please send it to my address. Nah, I'm just kidding. A worship song that is quite big at the moment and one I quite like is one called Surrounded. And the bridge in it goes like this. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I am surrounded by you. And it talks about facing overwhelming opposition, yet still being faithful and having confidence in God despite all the opposition that come against you. And then the chorus goes on to say this is how I fight my battles. For the length of this year in this quarantine, I've been reading in the Old Testament, more specifically the first 5 books, the Pentateuch. And something that is arisen from this is a real admiration for Moses and his leadership and the intimacy that he had with God that was a result of his fierce pursuit of him. And I want to look at the battle between the Amalekites and the Israel in Exodus and how this the song Surrounded kind of draws inspiration from that. And I'll quickly read from Exodus 17 verse 8. The Amalekites came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. Moses said to Joshua, "Choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands." So here we've got Israel fresh out of Egypt on their way to Mount Sinai, living in the will of God, walking in the promise, and they face opposition. I think it's a good indicator when you face opposition. It's always good to face opposition because then you know you're in the will of God. Because our obedience is intimidation to all things that are evil, and things are going to want to come against us. When you live in the will of God, it paints a target on your back, because there is potential and there is power within our obedience. And something that I really love, and you'll see part of the reason why I admire Moses so much, is his response to the opposition. So he picks someone out of the crowd. He recognizes potential. He appoints He appoints Joshua to stand up and to lead the army. So he appoints authority and he gives responsibility. But then, more importantly, he goes up on a hill with two of his close friends. He takes the staff of God and raises his hands in intercession to God. And we read on further, and it says that the outcome of the battle was completely dependent upon the posture that Moses took. It says that when his hands was raised, the Israelites were prevailing, but when he lowered them, the Amalekites, they were prevailing. You see, even despite the odds being completely against Israel, they were ill-trained, ill-prepared, completely unqualified, tired from days of walking, and the odds were completely against them. Yet despite all of that, they reigned in victory because of the intercession that was happening on the hill above them. So I would encourage you, if you have a battle, fight it like Moses. But further on, we have someone interceding on our behalf. As we battle in the spiritual down here, Jesus is in a realm above, just like Moses, interceding on our behalf. So I would encourage you, we aren't just fighting for victory, but we're fighting from victory, because Jesus already won the battle on our behalf. And so now we're going to intercede on behalf of others. We would like you to pray that what's happening here within this room, that it wouldn't just stay in this room, but that the gospel would be preached even in this time, that hearts would be open, that the words that we speak wouldn't fall on deaf ears, that the message would be received, the gospel still be preached, and the hearts would still be awakened in this time. And we also want to pray for those in care homes and those working in care homes at the moment. There's a lot of stuff happening at this time, and we just want you to pray that peace, the perfect peace that surpasses all understanding, would be prevalent in these atmospheres, and that people would just feel a real sense of comfort and that God is with them. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got a service at 10:30 on Sunday on YouTube and Facebook. You'll find all the information there. And if you want to respond or you need help or anything from what's been said tonight, then the contact information is on screen now. Pray at AOG Central if you want to respond, or you would like prayer, or I need at AOG Central if you have any food bank requests or anything like that. So we're just going to head into a quick time of prayer. Thank you.